Good afternoon, evening, and morning, wherever you are in the world. My name is Raz, and you have joined me here on the AEW post-show or Dynamite Recap, whatever you want to call it. I am coming to you all the way from Australia, as per usual, but later tonight I will be flying out of Australia, heading to London for All In. So next week you may not have a show from me. Can't guarantee that yet. I'll keep you updated as soon as I know. I'm going to go ahead, bring in my guests for today. I have a special guest. I am bringing in Hunter Dillon, who is going to be joining me today. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Hunter. Oh. Hunter. Oh, looks like Hunter dropped out. I apologise. Give me just a moment and I will bring him back in. Okay, I apologise for that. Let's find out what's going on. Give me one moment. I'm just going to have to bring him in shortly. But yes, let's go back to that and do this. The fun of live streams. Hey, let's do this for everyone, or let's do this and get him back in the stream. Okay, Hunter, there you go. I've sent you the link. Please click on that link, and I should be able to get you back in. But fun of live streams, fun of working with Streamlabs and trying to get this shit sorted. Doesn't always work, but hey, who knows? You never know. We'll find out the hard way. It's a learning curve. Temperamental at times. So, at the best of times even. It shouldn't have dropped out. I don't know why it did. Hunter, let me know when you... There you are. Let's get you live. There we go. Hunter, I've got you live on my screen. I apologise for the delay. Look. We're here, we're AEW fans, and we're ready to report on what we saw tonight. Well, welcome to the show, Hunter, and I appreciate you coming in and doing this for me. It's really gonna be good to have you here. Hunter, you may need to turn your microphone up a little bit because apparently Stephen can't hear you. Yeah. Good old live stream. It turned it down again. Of course it damn well did. Look, these things happen, dude. Nothing wrong with it. Like, you can't expect everything to be perfect. But thank you. So they've got your video, but they can't hear you, apparently. So let me have a look and see if it's my end. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just your mic. Yeah. So, guys, if you can't hear Hunter, I'll try and reiterate what he's saying. I'll let you know. But we'll try our best at this. It's definitely not my end. I can hear you perfectly fine. I think it's just Streamlabs not picking up on your microphone properly. Are you able to go beyond the input or not? Yeah, fair enough. So Hunter, thank you. As I said, thank you for coming along. It's been a long time coming. This is something completely different from what we used to do, but similar in the same vein. What did you think of tonight's show overall before we get into the nitty-gritty of what happened? Yep. Yeah, so sorry, Hunter. Looks like we're having issues with Streamlabs. pushing your audio out. Let's go. Let's try that, see if that works. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Hopefully that works. I may have to pull you off if this, unfortunately, unless you've got a secondary microphone or something that you can try.
Hold on, let me try. I do have my headset on.
No,
it's not
apparently that worked.
Oh, it did?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know what the heck it was, but... I don't know what it was, but whatever it was.
LSC has just subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you doing that.
Hey, that's one of my friends. Welcome, Jester.
Thank you, Jester. It's really appreciated of you subscribing to the channel. Now, let's get back over what you were saying. You were saying about what you thought of the show tonight. Overall.
It was a great show. There were a lot of great stuff that come out of it, especially during the Callis and Jericho thing. There were a few things I tuned out of. Especially one thing which we'll get to a little later on. I really don't want to talk about it right now because that'll bring...
Yeah, we'll get to that later on.
We'll get to it. We'll get
to the nitty gritty of it all, and we'll start.
I'll need a barf bag when we get to that. But...
Yeah. Look, AEW is the type of thing, much like any wrestling show, is not going to please everyone, but I really enjoyed tonight's show. I found it really advanced the stories of what we were going for All In. We definitely got advancements. We got some returns. We got some great things. We got, some really good advancements overall.
That we did.
Kai said they tuned out most of the show because they had Dragon Ball on in the background, and then they put it into the foreground. Fair enough, Kai. That's fair enough. You do you, boo.
Now, that's the saying, isn't it?
Yep. Now let's get into this. We started off the night with Orange Cassidy defending his international title against Wheeler Yuta in the opening match of the show. What did you think of that match, Hunter? What was your opinion on the match itself and the result coming out of it?
I always say that AEW puts on really good opening matches, and this is absolutely no exception here. Orange Cassidy putting on a great show of display, looking a little worn out after he got beat down. We started just before the match. We started by showing off a replay of what happened 2 weeks ago with the car, with Sue's van and everything, with the best friends.
Yep.
Very good matchup. Cassidy looking a little, out of it because of that whole thing. He had a couple of weeks to recover. Started off with some of the notes that I had down here before they went into picture-in-picture. They had Yuta attempted a pile driver on OC on the ramp, that had to hurt.
Of course.
That really had to hurt.
Of course it did. Look, the ramps aren't going to be soft at all.
No.
Like, you can try and make them soft, but it ain't going to be soft.
You can never make them soft unless you try and put that rubber foam on there. It just doesn't work. OC then makes a bit of a comeback and attempts a pin attempt, only gets a 2 count as the show goes into picture-in-picture. Yuta continues his beatdown of OC. He mocks him. Tries to make some submission attempts as the show returns. Does not work. Then Yuta targets Cassidy's hurt leg. Doesn't work out. Cassidy gets ready with the Superman punch. I believe this was when BCC interfered.
They didn't interfere in the actual match. They
didn't interfere, but they just made their presence known.
Made their presence felt outside the match. I think that was one of the best things in regards to the match. It needed to end with a pinfall, not just interference. Because if it had ended with interference, it would have set up further down the line, but it would have also destroyed the integrity of the match.
Yes, it would have.
Probably weakened the title just that little bit.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he won with the Superman punch or with a roll-up, but OC wins the match, retains the championship, and immediately after the bell, BCC begins beating down on Cassidy.
Yep.
Best friends come out and attempt to save him. No avail.
Yep.
Mox and I always want to call him Cesaro, but it's Claudio. My camera's frozen. Hold on.
Yes, your camera has just frozen. That's okay.
Well, what the heck? All right. The charm of live streaming. BCC interfere, or we already got to that. Begins the beat down on OC. Ben's friends attempt to save OC to no avail. Lucha Bros come out. They super kick Mox and Claudio, and then Eddie Kingston comes out to help out with the whole ordeal. And I believe this is where we go into our next little thing, the Kingston promo.
Yeah, that is correct.
You take this one, yes, while I attempt to fix this camera. I'll be right back.
That is correct. Yes, we got our first return of the night. We got the best friends making the save for the beatdown, and then the Lucha Brothers coming out to make the save for them. So that was fantastic. And then all of a sudden, Eddie Kingston's music hits. And then Eddie Kingston comes out and gets in the ring, gets his beatdown going, and then turns around and grabs the microphone and announces that we're going to have what looks to be a 12-man match.
Yes.
At All In.
Yes.
Interesting, because it's going to be a stadium stampede.
Yeah, we hadn't seen a stadium stampede, as the commentary mentioned, since the Daily's Place pandemic shows.
Yep, and your camera just froze again. Oh, no, there we go. We're back to normal.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay, Hunter. What or who do you think that the BCC will bring in for this? Because obviously we've got Ray Penta and Eddie with the best friends for that team. Who do you think the BCC brings in? Because obviously we find out what's happening later with Takeshita. So who do you think that we get in for the BCC?
I don't think they're going to trust Pac.
Well,
and they're certainly not going to trust Death Triangle.
We can't have Pac because Pac is injured.
Right.
And he was part of Death Triangle anyway, so...
Honestly, I have no idea who... It could be anybody's guess at this point. Because you never know. It's All In. It is London. You just never know.
Steven reckons it's going to be the Butcher Blade and Lance Archer. I'm going to throw in that they're possibly going to source another New Japan guy. We might get Suzuki in, working with them, getting Suzuki. We're clearly not going to have Naito there, but I think we get Suzuki and maybe a couple of others from Japan. I don't know. I don't know who else the rest could be. I think Stephen might be right. Lance Archer might come along, but who the heck knows? Who the heck knows? I guess we'll find out in either on Collision or later this week, or hopefully early next week. So yeah, we got a Stadium Stampede announced. I'm keen for that because it's happening at All In. I'm going to be there live.
That's right.
I'm hoping
we might get to see you on camera.
Fingers crossed that they come near me at some point. You never know. We'll see. Cool. So after that, we went to Kenny Omega sitting down with JR. It was filmed at Daly's Place, of course. Because
the aforementioned Daly's Place.
Yep, because they obviously love Daly's Place, and that's the home of AEW, Florida being the home of AEW. what did you take away? We'll get to the whole what happens at the end of that interview after, but what did you take away from what Kenny was saying at the start in that interview?
It was a very, very good interview from what we got out of it. Of course, Omega explained his relationship with Callis back to his uncle, I believe it. I believe
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah. Yeah,
It was a very, very good, very emotional sit down. Very, very heartfelt. I was drawn into that. Really enjoyed what he was saying. Really was into what he was saying. And then out comes Callis and then just ruins the whole ordeal.
Yeah. I like the fact that they brought Callis out, and I think ABJ touched on this last week when I had him in here. We were going to get Callis involved in some way with this whole thing to get Kenny on All In. I think it was really well done. I think that they did it well in recording it, like pre-recording it, and then showing it on the show. I honestly did not expect it to be who it was that attacked first. Did I get excited when I saw Jay White? Yes. Yes, I did. Because I am keen to see Kenny versus Jay. I have not seen it in years. So, and since
that's a good way to do it.
Since Kenny left New Japan, Jay White has stepped up and just shown that he can be the guy to put the company on his back and carry a company. So you have those two who have a history. Kenny, Jay, Will Ospreay, those three men carry New Japan, have helped carry New Japan for the West, for the Western countries, for the UK, for America. So it's insane.
They did exceptionally well.
Yeah, and New Zealand essentially, because Jay White's
yeah,
in New
Jay
Zealand.
White.
Yeah, so we get Bullet Club Gold and Takashita attacking Kenny, beating him down, throwing him up. I believe it was Tony Schiavone says that Kenny's been taken to a hospital with Hangman by his side.
I believe so. It was either Tony or Excalibur, either one.
Yep. And Hangman was there and was at the hospital. We then break to Hangman drinking a beer and turning around.
Typical Adam Page.
Of course, and announcing that Kenny's got friends. So come All In, we're going to get a 6-man match. We're going to get Hangman Adam Page, Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi against the Bullet Club Gold and Takashita.
I'm really looking forward to that match. That's one that's really going to pop me if all goes well. And it really should, considering, you had Omega, who was in New Japan, Ibushi and Takashita and Jay White, and Juice, correct? Juice Robinson's part of this, right?
They've all been in Japan.
So they've all been in Japan at one point or another. I believe Page was. I'm not sure when he was.
He was part of Bullet Club in ROH, and he was temporary, and he was in Bullet Club in New Japan, but he wasn't super Bullet Clubby in New Japan, if that makes sense. Like he wasn't as over as he is now. Like he wasn't as major character as he is now. He was there when Kenny was the leader of the Bullet Club, but he wasn't as big a name. So definitely, it's definitely going to be interesting to see where they go from here. Keen to see the match. I think that unfortunately we're going to get Bullet Club Gold and Takashita taking the win here, just to extend it further. Just to extend it further, which in a way will be good, because I hope we get a one-on-one with Kenny and Jay White.
Yeah, as much as I don't want to see them win, maybe it'll give us the one-on-one that we kind of dreamed of since New Japan.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yes.
Also, hello, Jake, in the chat. Thank you for joining
Hi,
us.
Jake.
I do appreciate you coming in, as usual. It's great to see you guys here. Click that like button if you're liking what you see. Share it to your friends. Invite your mum. Show your dog, or your cat, or your rats, whatever you've got. And Hunter will do more silly dances on stream. So we go to a commercial break, or just before we go to a commercial break, we've got Don Callis in the middle of the ring, and
I was just about to turn this segment down until
he calls out Chris Jericho. We then go straight to a commercial break as Jericho's getting in the ring. From there, we come back, and basically Chris Jericho accepts to be part of the Don Callis family.
Yeah, he kind of accepted until
well, Don Callis goes to leave, tries to get out of the ring, blah blah blah. Goes all let's just go drink some beer and blah 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 blah. But Jericho notices that there's a painting or a picture in the ring, and he's like, "What's that about?" And he's like, "Let's reveal it." Reveals it, and it's Don Callis holding the head of Jericho.
Yeah, the severed head of Chris Jericho, and boy, oh boy.
Ain't gonna lie, the quality on that picture was pretty damn good. Whoever did that did a really good picture. Wow.
Someone did a fine job in Photoshop, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, whether it was Photoshop or actually painted doesn't matter. It was really well done. Like, I'm impressed.
Yes, it was. But even as good as it was, that did not stop Jericho from just completely tearing Callis apart, and I loved it.
That, I think, was one of the best segments in regards to Jericho in a long time. Jericho has been lackluster at best over the past few months.
Especially with I think the Jericho Appreciation Society was really bogging him down. You put him on the mic by himself without anybody around except for his opponent. Gold.
I don't think it was bogging him down in the way that you're thinking. I think it was more that they couldn't figure out what to do with it. They couldn't figure out whether to keep it going as a faction and why they needed to be a faction, or and that's what gave it that lackluster appeal and gave Jericho the lackluster feel to it. As Steven said, Jericho as a babyface in this late in his career is a bit of a head scratcher because he's a great heel. He can play a great face too, but
I mean, it works. He works well on both sides of the coin.
He's always. I think he's at that point, legendary point, and yes, I said the word legendary because he is a legend in this business. He's been doing it for over 30 years. He's at that point in his career where no matter what, people are going to cheer him. People are going to cheer for him. People are going to support him no matter what he does. Whether he's the Painmaker, whether he's just Chris Jericho, whether he's the Ocho, whatever. Jericho's going to do something to get that pop or some cheers. And it's one of those things that people have been cheering Judas and singing along with Judas this whole time, even with him as a heel. So it just... Jericho can essentially do no wrong in a way. Getting further into it though, Takeshita comes in, beats the crap out of Jericho. Jericho gets the advantage, takes down Don Callis, and then out of nowhere,
Ospreay comes in.
We get Will Ospreay coming back from the. So we've got two returns from New Japan here. We've got Eddie Kingston and Will Ospreay, both coming in from
two huge
G1.
returns.
coming in from a freshly after the G1, and turning up on Wednesday night in America. So I have to say that was absolutely amazing. I think it was
quick turnaround.
I think it was great. I didn't want to see Jericho versus Ospreay because I really wanted Kenny versus Ospreay. But ABJ brought something up in the Discord when we were watching it, and that was that Sammy Guevara made the save.
Right.
So Jericho Ospreay could work, but what I would like to see is Ospreay Sammy.
Ospreay Sammy. That would be a very, very lit match. Who knows? This might lead to something like that, because what if Sammy helps Jericho in his match against Ospreay? Then at the end of the match, if Jericho wins, Ospreay takes it out on Sammy. They have a match the following Wednesday on Dynamite.
Well, we've got All Out the week later, so possibly
that's right.
Could he come and wrestle Sammy at All Out? I mean, I think that would personally be amazing. I'd love to see it, mainly because Sammy can go in the ring. Sammy is a great wrestler. He has such talent in that ring and can tell a story and knows how to do it properly. He toned down his antics a little bit, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. He's toned down his antics, but he can still fly.
Basically, he kept his tongue in his mouth. We'll just put it like that.
He can still fly, and so can Ospreay. So that's fantastic. Right here, I'm going to do something out of the norm for this show. I'm going to take a quick intermission, and then we will come back very, very shortly. Okay?
Good timing. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee.
Yep, you go make your cup of coffee. We'll be back in about a minute to 30 seconds to a minute.
All right.
Anthony from the ABJ Podcast. I'm a weekly podcast that airs every Thursday at 7 p.m. exclusively on YouTube, or you can find me on all major podcast platforms, from Spotify to Apple Music to Google to, pretty much everywhere. But I talk to anyone with a story. You're chasing a dream? You have a story to tell? I want to hear it. Talk to anyone from the art of professional wrestling to film to acting to content creating, music, and much more. If you have a passion and you have a dream, I want people to hear about your story. So come on and join the ABJ Podcast. Send me a message and we'll get an episode started right away. And I hope to see you in our chat over there on the YouTube side. Make sure you hit like and subscribe.
Alright, I'm back. I just thought I'd do a quick break, and Hunter will be back very, very shortly. I do apologise for that. Thank you for tuning in and sticking around. So, Stephen, you said that you wouldn't mind seeing Ospreay versus Sammy. Definitely love that. And who's this jabroni on the intermission screen? That's our friend. That's our lovely friend ABJ, who was with me last week, and that is his new promo video.
There we go.
If anybody has any promo videos they want to throw in or anything like that, send to me. I can put it in the intermission screen and share it with the people who watch this show. So, welcome back, Hunter.
Just in time.
How's your coffee?
Hot and really, really good. Really good.
That is good to hear. So we've just... so next up on the show, we've got Darby Allin and Nick Wayne taking on the Gates of Agony. We get the Gates of Agony attacking Darby and Nick right before the show starts. Or
right before the match starts.
Yep, sorry, match. They attack him before the match starts. They get in the ring. It's a back and forth battle. We've got Swerve up on the ramp, watching the match. What are you
watching on?
What is your thoughts on this match and the way that the match went down?
This was a very quick match. This was maybe a 4 or 5 minute match. The match in itself was good, but I just don't see Darby Allin winning a match against two bigger guys. Like against one bigger guy in Brian Cage. We saw that on Collision, I think was either this past Saturday or the week before. All in all, it was an okay match. It was quick. It was efficient. It got straight to the point.
Yeah.
But again, it just didn't make any sense. And then, of course, after the match, we got a video.
We got a bit of a beatdown, and then we get
got a beatdown. Yeah.
Then we get Sting on the screen. Kai says that you couldn't pay them to watch a derby match, and Stephen has said, is it really necessary to put Sting in the match rather than have Darby and Nick Wayne? Good point there, Stephen. I think Nick Wayne should be in the match. I am a Sting fan myself. The nostalgia is there, but I don't think that he should be doing these things at this late in his career and at his
he's
age.
in his 60s.
Like the dude's venturing into Ric Flair country.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you said it. I did. You said it. I didn't.
I said it. He's venturing into Ric Flair country where he doesn't know when to leave. I think AEW has done well in regards to the fact that they have turned around and kept him as sparingly in matches, not a major feature in the matches. He's been used as just an enhancement towards the match. But putting him in Wembley, I get it, because you want to get the old school fans there and you want to have that pop for him as well. But I think this needs to really be his last hurrah.
Yeah, like
if you're going to give him one more match after this, make it his farewell match, make it his retirement match, and let the guy go out on top. Like not necessarily on top, but on the top of his career.
Like better off than Ric Flair. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Don't have him straggling to fight. Don't have him passing out in the ring. Don't have him pull a Ric Flair or even Undertaker. And when they were in Saudi Arabia, and that was horrendous.
Not very good.
Yeah, but on a side note, we did get Sting pulling a bit of the old Joker gimmick from TNA here.
Oh yeah, his old Joker gimmick, except without like the smeared
without
paint.
the smudge and the smeared paint.
That was his Heath Ledger persona. This is more like his Jared Leto persona.
Not really, because Jared Leto was a bit more like insane. The Joker that Heath Ledger played was more a criminal mastermind and was twisted as well. Mm-hmm. Like he was that criminal mastermind, but he was twisted and angry. So this was more sticking in the vein of that, but for 2023, I guess. So
basically, yeah.
Did it make me laugh? Yes. But once again, I don't think that Sting should be in this match. I don't think he should be... I think they should give it to Nick Wayne. I think he should be the one wrestling the match, not Sting.
Exactly.
But in saying that, Nick Wayne has multiple things coming up this week. He's Dynamite today. He's in GCW on the weekend.
Busy man.
And other places. I think he's actually here in Australia while the AEW is in London. So I think he's here as part of the GCW tour down under while AEW is in London. So
he's a globetrotter.
Yeah. So next is probably one of the funniest parts of the show, and
It was a little bit stupid too, but
Oh,
we
it's
won't talk about
stupid, but it was bloody funny. It was damn funny. Like, it was probably the best segment in regards to this duo that I have seen them do. The MJF Adam Cole video where they're at an Outback Steakhouse and then they're backstage in the arena and the crocodile in the freaking swimming pool. and bloody MJF showing Adam Cole videos of kangaroos fighting. Kangaroos. And then MJF going with the kangaroo kick, wanting to use a kangaroo kick.
I think Steven and I are on the same wavelength. Raz, did you secretly produce this segment?
I did not. I did not. I wish I did. I wish I could get the fantastic reparations for that, but unfortunately that did not come from my brain. But
Only it did.
We then get them double clotheslining the crocodile and an enhancement talent, as we can call them, because you hate the word jobber.
Yes.
You hate the word jobber.
If you use the word jobber, you are a... Never mind.
The enhancement talent, so they got their double clothesline, and then we get yelling from off screen to get into the office, and we get them in the office of Tony Khan.
Khan!
Now, in saying that, I swear that was not Tony Khan that was yelling at them. I swear that was MJF doing a Tony Khan voice, but I could be wrong. I don't know. The end where they come out of his office and we get to the fact of MJF saying he was going to, calling Tony Khan out, and then Tony Khan comes to the door and is like, "What'd you say?" It was hilarious. And then he goes back to the whole,
You would have thought it was a callback to you would have thought it was a callback to like his promo on Tony Khan when he came back.
Yeah.
Before he left.
Like, Tony Khan went back to the whole I don't blink and I'm the guy who's not on screen character, and it was amazing. I think Kai brought this up in the chat, was of Tony Khan not yelling or not telling off his performers, and this one actually being proof that he does tell them off. So I think that was hilarious. What's your thoughts on that, Hunter?
This was a stupid segment, but I'll tell you what, it was actually a good segment. Now, I'll tell you this much. Compared to, because I was going to give this an X, I was going to give this a strike until we get to later on in the show. We'll talk about that when we get there. But looking back at it now, you compare it with that one segment, it's actually okay. It's actually decent. It's wacko.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the positive, chaotic kind of wacko. And we have a kid. Raz will be back one moment. Yes, this video package was crazy, stupid. It was all kinds of fun, and I can really see MJF and Adam Cole being this cohesive tag team. Yeah. I really can.
I apologize for that, Hunter. Thank you for taking the reins for that brief intermission.
Of course.
So, after that video, we get MJF and Adam Cole in the ring, doing a live interview.
Well, first of all, they roll up into the arena in that freaking car.
In the Ferrari.
I so badly want one. In that Ferrari. Either that or a Corvette. I want one of those. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so they rocked up. Then we get them in the ring, doing the interview. MJF brings up the whole All In and where it started for him and how he's grown over time. Brings up Cody Rhodes and how when he was in Creator Pro there was 2 names he wrote down. That was Adam Cole and Cody Rhodes. He got to wrestle Cody Rhodes and never got to wrestle Adam Cole till earlier this year. But now he's going to main event All In with with Adam Cole. We then get Aussie Open attacking the Adam Cole and MJF, and we get the slight tease from Adam Cole here of kicking MJF in the face. What did you think of that?
This was actually a very, very good promo with the both of them. Now, before we go any further, I just want to say something real quick. We talked about this on, during the show. I like MJF, okay? I don't want anybody to get any ideas. I like MJF. I think he's a really good wrestler. He can talk the talk on the microphone. There are just some people who kind of give him a little too much praise, and that kind of diminishes my like for him.
Yeah.
But I just want everybody to be clear on this, because I don't want anybody to think I'm an absolute, butthole and I hate MJF. I don't. But this promo was fantastic. Great passion by both of them. You got the crowd going over, you got them both going over with the crowd.
Yep.
You've got them fist bumping at the end. And then, of course, Aussie Open comes out, beats them both down. MJF and Adam Cole then attempt to go for the double clothesline. They both skedaddle. Aussie Open skedaddles. Very, very, very good segment here. Very, very good segment.
Stephen brings up a point on this one. He says he's half and half on this one. Half his heart tells him that, his head tells him that someone's turning heel, and his heart tells him that there's no heel turn going to happen.
I personally think it's going to be MJF turning, because look at the history of MJF's past partners. Cody Rhodes.
The thing is,
Chris Jericho.
Adam Cole works better as a heel. But so does MJF as well. But MJF is majorly over now. Majorly over.
Yeah.
And Hunter, your
I would not
again.
Honestly.
Oh no,
it froze again.
It's okay.
Oh, there it goes.
It freezes every now and again.
Honestly, I would not mind. I would not mind a MJF face turn just to see how the crowd would react, to see how everybody would react. But I don't think it's going to happen, honestly.
Hunter, I'm going to ask you to hold the fort for me for just a second. Keep going on this. I will be back in 2 seconds, okay?
All right. So, I really don't know if MJF will turn face. I mean, there's a good chance he will. I'm actually interested to see him go face, turn face, because now, the whole thing, he's over with the crowd and everything. But we've seen with his past history, Cody Rhodes, his alignment with Chris Jericho in the Inner Circle, that did not bode well with any of them. And, of course, that led to, the Inner Circle thing that led down to the downfall. And but it didn't lead to the downfall. It led to him forming his own faction, the Pinnacle. And that didn't last very long. I really honestly think that we might get an MJF face turn. I'm hoping we do, but I am not quite sure. On the other side of the coin, Adam Cole. What becomes of Adam Cole? He could win the belt, could become the new champion. That'd be great. I would love to see that. Then how does he win if that happens? Does he win it clean? Or does he turn his back on MJF and align with the Kingdom again?
Okay.
Only time will tell.
Sorry about that, Hunter, and thank you so much for taking the reins for that brief intermission.
That's all right. You just let my mouth run and it just goes.
That's okay. But Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where we really go from here. Kai says they want to see a face MJF. I think that's what we might be getting at All In. I think MJF has put himself so far over that he can still be hated, but he's too far popular, if that makes sense. And if we're going to end up down the line getting the match that was supposed to happen being MJF versus Punk ain't going to be the face in that one.
No way.
Punk ain't going to be the face. Punk is already pulling heel tactics, pushing the heel narrative. So I see Punk playing the heel on that one.
Yeah.
But that's me future booking. I'm not going to go into that right now because we've got more stuff in this show to take care of.
Yeah, we've still got a few segments left. We have this next segment coming up. I'll let you introduce it and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we do have segments in this show because we were supposed to have 5 matches, but we only ended up having 4 essentially.
Yeah, we got 1, 2. Yeah, we got 4. 3 if you don't count. Oh, never mind. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Oh no, we did get. We got 4 matches. No, we got 5 matches, but we were supposed to get 6. Sorry, I was wrong.
1, 2.
If we include, we have to include the one that we will talk about.
Oh yeah.
So next is Jericho.
Looking at my notes wrong.
Yeah, I did too. Next was Jericho Jericho backstage after being beaten up by Ospreay. Jericho says that in 2021, Ospreay was guaranteed this match until the pandemic happened. That we were going to get Jericho versus Ospreay. I personally think that would have been a damn good thing back then. Right now, don't think so. I don't think Jericho can go as well as he thinks he can. But it's good to see Ospreay on the card.
Yes, it is, especially during one of the biggest events. And remember, Ospreay is going to be wrestling in London, so I have a feeling, considering AEW, they're going to give him that hometown pop. They're going to give that hometown pop. They're in England. They're going to have Ospreay win.
Do you think maybe we get the IWGP United Kingdom title put up on the line?
I don't think so.
Because,
for being completely honest here.
I mean, Ospreay has put up that the belt was like the old US title is now the United Kingdom title because he is the best and he's the best, and that's the person to beat him for that title is the best. So, do you think?
I mean, we might, but you never know.
I would like to see it be there, but not necessarily defended against Jericho. Stephen's right. Jericho will get a damn huge reception in Wembley of everybody singing Judas. I'm going to be one of them. So I will be there. Bells on, not literally. But next up is Hunter's favourite segment / match of the night. This gives Hunter his match of the night. Isn't that right, Hunter?
Hold down the fort for me for just a second.
Aye, Captain. So this is everybody's favourite Jeff Hardy coming out painted up to look like a Halloween horror mask, and the guitar wielding maniac Jeff Jarrett. And we get the first strike of the evening.
The only strike of the evening.
This match. What can we say about this match, Hunter? What can we say?
This match started out as a one-on-one death match, quickly turned into sheer and utter moronic stupidity.
Agreed. I think that this was stupid. I think that they should have confined it to one-on-one.
I don't know what the hell went on in that match, and clearly, I don't even care. I didn't care enough to even put a note on there. Steven
says this match is getting up there with the worst match in AEW history. I brought up in the Discord that this one still doesn't compare to the Zombies. The Zombies. So, of WWE.
Yeah. And you want to know how bad it was? That was such a bad match that it actually... I was going to give the X to the MJF Adam Cole video, but I'm like, it was stupid, but not that stupid.
But it advanced the story of what they're trying to tell with Adam Cole and MJF.
Yeah. Whereas this one was just stupid.
Look,
just sheer stupid.
Jeff Hardy is great. Was great. I think he needs to stop. I think his time's over. I think him and Matt Hardy both need to stop, take some time away, and just forget about challenging for titles. Forget about pushing their careers beyond this, because Jeff's not well.
No.
And you can see his body's breaking down. So.
Yeah. Like, it's just getting to be too much for him. Jeff Jarrett won the match and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Championship. But on my notes, I put winner, nobody. 3 underlines.
I think that one thing I will say is it weird in 2023 that Jeff Jarrett is actually still a good wrestler?
Mm-hmm. You could say that.
2023. I mean, for someone his age, going out there and still putting somewhat quality matches on, although we won't call this a quality match, but somewhat quality matches, and somewhat being entertaining in 2023 is downright good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
just leave Karen Jarrett out of it. Just leave Karen out of it.
Yes, please. Let's get her away from TV. But
yes,
that's a whole nother story. Next up, we've got Britt Baker taking on the Bunny for the final spot in the AEW Women's World Title Fatal 4-Way for All In. Bunny first official match back since injury, and gotta say she was
flanked
looking good.
by. She was flanked by the Butcher and the Blade, Penelope Ford, and Kip Sabian on her way to the ring.
Was Kip Sabian out there? I didn't see
him. Yes, he was.
Okay, I didn't see him. I must have not paid attention to that. Anytime Kip Sabian's on TV is a good thing, because Kip Sabian's
very underrated.
A very underrated talent and needs to appear more, in my opinion. Like, the dude was one of the highlights of the original AEW.
Like his box or bag or whatever he used to have on his head used to say, underrated, over it.
Yep. We get Britt Baker winning this one, obviously, advancing into the match. We all knew that would happen.
I
was kind of hoping they'd throw a twist in there or a swerve or something like that, just to
relatively quick match too.
Just to put the Bunny in there and then have her taken out by the Outcasts or something like that. Could have been interesting for the pay-per-view, but I guess we've got to stick with the formula of having Britt Baker in the main event spot of a title match, and yeah.
That would have been a good idea too, but
yeah,
it's AEW, so we don't book AEW, we just watch.
I think AEW is trying to improve on their women's division.
Yeah,
hopefully we get a good showing in London. We all unfortunately know how this is going to end with Saraya walking out with the belt.
The hometown pop.
But I would like to see maybe she to keep the belt, but I'm not looking at that being the case. So next up, we've got the Acclaimed coming in for their match against two people I didn't catch the names of. I don't know
Yeah,
if you caught
they
their
were
names.
talent enhancement.
Yeah, enhancement talent. The Acclaim get in the ring, the lights go out.
Yeah,
and
By the way, I turned down the mute, but I hit the mute button when Max Caster came out and started rapping. Max Caster is one of the reasons why God invented the mute button.
Ooh, shots fired. You hear that, Max Caster? If you're listening, if you're watching, Hunter muted you. So next week on Dynamite or this weekend on Collision, feel free to rant on Hunter.
Anyway, but yes, they were going to have a match between two talent enhancements. The lights do go out, and
we get
then
House of Black appearing.
The House of Black.
Now the House of Black beat them down. They take out. Kai says, "Damn, Hunter, that's a massive hot take." I think that's going to get clipped and shared to the Acclaimed. So you might be in trouble there, Hunter. Your name might become famous. Are you
Come
ready?
get me, bro.
Oh,
Get me.
Hunter calling
Bring it.
out Max Caster. Damn. Steven says Hunter needs to drink that coffee.
He won't. Max won't do nothing. No balls.
Oh, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Hunter is laying down the challenge. Anyway,
Getting back on track.
The Acclaim get their ass handed to them by House of Black. House of Black bust open Max Caster, and then they get the boots. The boots for
Boots of Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn. Where do you see this leading, Hunter?
Honestly, I don't know. Steven, no.
Yes.
I can't rap.
A rap battle. I want a rap battle. I want a rap battle.
Maybe.
I want this.
Maybe.
Book it.
Maybe, but
Book
maybe
it.
when pigs fly.
Book it, Tony.
Fly.
Book it. Book it, Tony.
Where do I
Come on.
see this going? This could go one of three different ways. This could go one of three different ways.
Yep.
One, we could see Billy Gunn being sort of a manager for the House of Black, maybe with face paint and stuff to kind of match the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Two, we could see Billy Gunn siding with his sons in their battle against the Elite, because they have a match at All In as well.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to a little later on. They have a match tonight. Number three, we could potentially see Billy Gunn saying it was all a ruse. I'm going to lace up my boots again, team up with the Acclaimed against the House of Black.
Yeah, I think on Collision or next week we might get the answers that we're looking for with this one. I was kind of expecting it tonight, but I think it's either Collision or next week we get it. My thoughts on this are either he joins the House of Black as a mercenary, or he comes back and they Acclaimed and Billy Gunn challenge for the trios titles in Wembley or at All Out.
That could be a good that could possibly happen.
I think if we're going to stop, if we're not going to put it at All In, I think we put it at All Out. We have the Acclaimed win the trios titles at All Out. And then we've got a bit of a feud continuing between House of Black and the Acclaimed. And then we eventually get Billy Gunn turning on the Acclaimed and dropping the belts back to House of Black. Steven says not counting out Julia Hart, though she could be a wild card.
That's what I was going to mention. That is true. Julia Hart is there.
She is a wild card, definitely. Who knows? We'll see what happens in the future. We've got like just over a week until All In, and then another week until All Out. So yeah, we've got a little bit of time, but Shit's creeping up on us fast.
Yeah, faster than we know it.
Okay, so to end the night, we have a short match with the Young Bucks and the Guns, or the Gun Club.
Or the Ass Boys, if you're Danhausen.
Or the Ass Boys. Speaking of Danhausen, where the hell has he been?
I miss him.
Where has he been? Is he injured again?
I believe he had a injury on his arm. So
okay.
He's out for a little bit.
Okay, fair enough. But Young Bucks versus the Guns. The Bucks attack the Guns right in the entrance. Yes, Steven says that Danhausen's been injured, so that's why we haven't seen him. But the Bucks attack the Guns straight from the entrance. The match, it's back and forth pretty much.
Very much so.
I don't think we got a winner here, did we?
We did. The Guns won.
Okay.
Or not the Guns, but the Bucks. Excuse me, the Bucks won.
Sorry.
The match.
Yeah, I must have missed that because I didn't remember who won. I was like, okay, that ended quickly with the interference from Bullet Club.
Bullet Club Gold beats down another set of tag members. FTR comes in for the save.
Yep.
Very nicely done. And then they were going to tease. I saw they were teasing a Shatter Machine on the Young Bucks, and then stopped.
Yeah.
And then we got the face off.
And then it's leading to the FTR Bucks at All In. So
that's going to be a banger.
Yeah. All in all, I thought tonight was a good show. I thought that we had a lot of things where they managed to pull together for the show coming up in London. We definitely got a few advancements. Great to see Eddie back. Great to see Ospreay back.
Absolutely. Great to see them in any capacity, if we're being honest.
I think that we got a really good, a solid show. It wasn't perfect, but it was a lot more to it this week than there was last week.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, I think, fell flat for me, but this week it definitely picked it up a bit. So
it definitely did, and I'm definitely looking forward to one more show. We got one more Dynamite to go. They got the Go Home show coming up next week. Of course, we've got 2 more Collisions and 2 more Rampages to go before then. Very, very big next couple of weeks to come.
I can't guarantee that there's going to be a post show next week or a recap next week because I will be in London.
Yes.
If there is, I will probably bring either you or ABJ in again. I can't give you a 100% guarantee on what's going to happen though. Although ABJ will be with me that Wednesday, so it might be a different story.
Never know.
We'll see how it goes. I believe Dynamite is not taped next week, Stephen. I believe they are still doing it live, but some of the talent are flying out as of Wednesday next week. So they are, I believe that they're doing it live, not 100% sure though. I know Collision will be taped because the talent has to be in London by the weekend. So Collision will be taped, but I'm not 100% sure on Dynamite.
Very excited and very much looking forward to what's going to be happening in the next week and a half as we lead up to All In. Very, very excited.
So that's been it for the show. What did you guys think? If you've got any feedback, let us know. Don't forget to click that like button. Hunter, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and YouTube and Twitch at HunterDylan95. I stream every Monday afternoon, or at least try to stream every Monday afternoon on YouTube. I stream on, or try to stream every Friday night on Twitch. Not sure what we're going to be doing on Friday night. We might do some words on stream, and if people are around, we might play a little wits and wagers with the chat. Who knows what's going to happen? But mostly, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Threads at HunterDylan95. All the socials, Twitter and YouTube.
Is there anything you want to promote in regards
to
that's right. things that you do?
That's people? Right. I forgot about that. Logos by Hunter. If you are a content creator, a wrestler, a podcaster, streamer, and you want custom graphics, I'm your man. I have a side hustle called Logos by Hunter. Very affordable prices, very quick turnaround, and very high quality logos. I am also on Twitter and Instagram at Logos by Hunter. So hit me up if you want some custom logos.
You can even find one of Hunter's t-shirts up on, or one of Hunter's works up on Pro Wrestling Tees.
That's right. The top, Ricky Price and MJ Stacks. My new logo is up there on Pro Wrestling Tees, so check it out. Buy a shirt, support me, support Ricky, support MJ, and it'll do us all a world of good.
Yeah, we Steven said we need a Hunter an intermission commercial for Hunter's logos, so
we'll work on it.
Get on to that, Hunter, and we can get that put in here as well. So
we'll work on it.
We can share the love for all our friends.
We'll work on it.
But thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it.
It was my pleasure.
I am going to get out of here because I have to get ready to board a plane soon, later tonight.
All right.
I've got about 8 or 7.5 hours till I get on a plane.
All I have to say, well, first of all, let me ask, how did I do tonight? First time co-hosting a podcast in almost a year. I hope I did you proud.
Look, it's not you, it's the Streamlabs being a bit of a shit that messed us up at the start. So I think you did really well. I appreciate you taking charge for a few minutes there while I had to go sort something out. But I think you did really well. Great to have you here. Always fun. As I said, for next week, I can't guarantee what's going to happen. So may or may not be a show. I will keep everyone posted. It will be posted to Twitter or to the Discords. So keep an eye out on those as well. Other than that, I've been Raz. That's been Hunter. And we have enjoyed your company. And Stephen, I will have a fantastic time in London. Thank you so much.
Yes, have a wonderful time.
If you guys do want to show any support, and you can throw a donation my way. If you can't, that's fine. But I do have some merch available. You can find it in my link tree. Sorry?
I was just mouthing. There's a Raz All In T-shirt that I did. Go support it.
There's a Raz All In Wembley shirt, which one of the guys in ABJ's Discord, DM, actually has that shirt.
That's right.
He actually has that shirt, and he sent me a photo today, and it looks amazing. So I'm keen. I'm happy to see it. So. But you guys have a great night. We're going to end it here. I'm going and enjoy the takeout music, and I will see, if for those who are here, I might see you in the Discord shortly, okay? Take care, my friends.